Considering a move to Ripon? Many are, but there's 5 pros and 5 cons that you need to know about before you decide to make that move out there that can leave you elated or be the absolute deal breaker for you. So let's make sure you know before you decide to go with this quick video. By the way, I'm Andre, your Kelly Valley Realtor and area expert, giving you valuable content covering Central Valley cities, their new construction, plus tips and tools for your successful move out here. So reach out when you're ready so you can be the next satisfied buyer who found us on YouTube, like some of these buyers have. And hit subscribe because I'm doing all the research for you so you don't have to. Now let's do this. First, let's get into the pros of Ripon. The first pro of Ripon, the small town community feel. First off, if you're tired of the hustle and anonymity of big cities, Ripon is your cure. This is the almond capital of the world, and they take their community seriously. The sense of belonging is real here. Neighbors look out for each other, and there's a genuine small town friendliness that you just can't fake. Local events, especially the famous Almond Blossom Festival, every year in February, brings the whole town together. Parades, street fairs, and community fundraisers fill the calendar, making it easy to get involved and meet people. Kids ride their bikes safely to friends' houses, and it's the kind of place where people wave when you drive by and stop to chat at the store. Whether you're new or a long-term resident, you'll feel welcomed and connected here. Pro number 2, the top-rated schools. If you have kids, this is usually the #1 reason people fight to get into Ripon. Schools like Parkview Elementary, Colony Oak Elementary, and Ripon High have excellent reputations with strong test scores and class sizes that are generally smaller than in neighboring districts, which is good because this means more attention for individual students. Parents are active in the PTA, and there's a real partnership between families and the schools. You don't just move to Ripon for a house, you move here for the education and the lifelong opportunities it can offer your children. Pro number 3 is the safety. Ripon is statistically one of the safest cities in the Central Valley, and safety is a huge reason that families choose to settle here. The crime rate here is about 53% lower than California's average, and incidents of violent crime are especially rare. You don't see the same levels of property crime, vandalism, or issues that you might see in bigger cities like Modesto and Stockton. The local police here are visible and responsive, and the community's close-knit nature means people look out for each other, and that helps to even further reduce crimes. For families, this is a peace of mind that's priceless. You can let your kids play outside, walk to school, and enjoy the parks without constantly needing to worry about them. The laws have changed, so stay till the end for an amazing homebuyer tip that guarantees you won't need to pay your agent's commission now that the new law says you're ultimately responsible for it. Pro number 4, cleanliness and the parks. The city is pristine, and that's not an accident. You drive down Main Street or through the neighborhoods, and you see pride of ownership everywhere. Lawns are manicured, streets are clean, and there's a real effort to keep the city looking beautiful. The parks are also a big highlight. Midland Sports Park is a massive regional draw, hosting soccer, baseball, and softball games, as well as tournaments, and that brings visitors from all over the place. There are also plenty of smaller neighborhood parks that are well maintained, equipped with modern playgrounds, picnic areas, and walking trails. These green spaces are safe, clean, and offer a perfect setting for families, fitness enthusiasts, or anyone who just enjoys being outdoors. Pro number 5 is Ripon's location, which sits right on Highway 99, which makes it a sweet spot for access to convenience, with Modesto being 10 minutes away for shopping, entertainment, and medical facilities, and 10 minutes from Manteca for big box stores like Costco, Home Depot, and Target. Outdoor lovers can easily access the Stanislaus River for fishing, boating, and hiking, and there are several golf courses nearby. Commuters appreciate the central location as well, as you can reach Stockton, Sacramento, and even the Bay Area if needed within a manageable drive. Now, Ripon strikes a balance. It's isolated enough to be peaceful and quiet, but close enough to the action and amenities that when you need them, you can get to them. This offers the best of both worlds. Pro tip, if you're buying a new home in this area, let's split the referral fee. That's up to $10,000 and refurnish your house type of money. Reach out for details. I'm gonna hook you up. Now, let's take a look at the cons of Ripon. The first con of Ripon, the cost of entry. Here is the reality check. Quality costs money. Because of the schools, safety, and overall desirability, Ripon is one of the most expensive housing markets in San Joaquin County. The median home value is hovering around $669,000, and it is very competitive. In fact, you'll often find yourself in multiple offer situations. Compared to Manteca or Lathrop, you get less square footage, fewer amenities, and sometimes older homes for your money. The property taxes and insurance can also be higher, adding to the monthly cost. For many families, the premium is worth it, but it could be a real stretch for first-time buyers or those on a tighter budget. It's important to be financially prepared before jumping into this market. Con number 2, very limited inventory. Even if you have the budget, you might not find a house in Ripon right away. People who move to Ripon tend to stay for years, sometimes decades, so turnover is low and inventory is notoriously tight. When a good house hits the market, expect a bidding war. Homes often sell within days, sometimes above asking price. The limited selection also means you may need to compromise on your wish list, such as settling for fewer bedrooms or an older property. You need a proactive and aggressive agent like me to help you navigate fast-moving listings and get your offer in and accepted. So patience and flexibility are key if your heart is set on Ripon. Con number 3, the commute to the Bay Area. If you work in a Bay Area, living in Ripon adds another 15 to 20 minutes to your commute compared to living in cities like Manteca or Tracy. You're looking at an 1.5 to 2 hour drive one way during peak traffic, and that could really add up over time, especially if you're doing it 5 days a week. While you can drive to the Ace Rail train station in Lathrop for a rail commute, you have to factor in that extra drive time just to get to the train, plus parking and ticket costs. The long commute can mean less time with your family, higher gas expenses, and more wear and tear on your vehicle. For some, the trade-off will be worth it for that lifestyle, but it's a real consideration for anyone with a Bay Area job. Con number 4, it could be a bit boring. If you're looking for clubs or a huge variety of restaurants or late-night entertainment, Ripon is not it. It is a quiet, sleepy town by design. After 8 or 9 p.m., most businesses are closed, and you won't find much in the way of nightlife. No movie theaters, no live music, venues, and only a handful of local bars or cafes. Foodies may find the restaurant scene a little bit limited with family-owned diners and chain options. For a big night out, a variety of shopping or cultural events, you will always need to go to Modesto or Manteca. If you thrive on urban energy and activity, Ripon's pace will feel too slow for you. Pro number 5, the agricultural side effects. Remember how I said it's the almond capital of the world? Well, you are literally surrounded by orchards, and agriculture is a huge part of daily life here. During harvest season, there is a lot of dust in the air, and you will definitely notice the earthy smell of fertilizers and farming operations. Tractors and farm equipment are common sights on the road, so if you have severe allergies, the pollen count out here can be rough. Spring and summer can bring sneezing, itching eyes, and runny noses. Some people get used to it, but for sensitive folks, it can be a real challenge. The upside is beautiful rural views and fresh produce, but the agricultural side effects are very real. Now let's discuss this huge buyer tip on how to avoid paying your agent's commission. Due to a new nationwide law that changed back in January of 2025 about how buyer agents get paid, buyers are now required to have a representation agreement with their agent in place prior to even being able to tour a home. Now, this agreement states how much your agent will get paid, and under this new law, buyers are technically responsible for paying that fee. But here's 3 tips on how you protect yourself. Number 1, ask the seller to pay your agent's commission. When your agent writes up your offer for the home that you want to buy, ensure they request for the seller to cover their commission. Number 2, watch the percentage. If your agent's fee is too high, like 3% or higher, a seller may reject your offer. You don't want to lose your dream home because of a commission dispute. Number 3, and the ultimate pro tip, is to have an absolve clause added. In this agreement between you and your agent, ask your agent to put in writing what the minimum amount is that they will be willing to accept as a counteroffer from the seller, and that they will waive your responsibility to pay the difference. So here's an example of how it works and how I protect my clients. Make sure your agent does this as well. Now, I never want my commission to get in the way of your home purchase. So my standard rate is 2.75%, yet I'm willing to accept as low as 1.75% as a counter offer and as my full payment. That means if we got a counter offer of up to 1% less than what my rate is, I will accept it and waive your responsibility to cover the difference. Make sure your current or future agent offers that level of protection for you. You got questions about this rule or want help buying your next home? Reach out or scan the code. I got you. Let's make sure you're protected. So is Ripon worth a higher price tag? If you want safety, top-tier schools, and that small-town American feel, I say absolutely yes. But if you need a shorter commute and more access to amenities, we may want to take a look at Tracy or Manteca. Whether you're looking to buy in Ripon, Manteca, or anywhere in the Central Valley, you need a strategy to win in this market, and I can help you put that together. So if this video helped you, please like and subscribe. And if you're looking at moving in 2 days or 2 months, reach out. I'm here for assistance anytime you need me.